Hello Virgo, welcome to your October 2024 reading. I hope all is well in your world today. Thank you so much for joining me. It's lovely to have you here. Don't forget, this is for you Virgo if you are Virgo sun, moon or rising, or if you just come across the reading and fancy it, then absolutely welcome to take that as well. And also it's a general reading, so you know it's not specific to anybody, so just take what you need from it and leave behind what you don't. So I'm shuffling away here these beautiful Jessica Rue cards. They are woodland wardens. They have got animals and plants in, and they're absolutely gorgeous. They are my new favourite cards, and I love them. So let's have a little bit of a shuffle. We'll find some general energy, general theme of the reading using these cards. It may just be that they'll give us a little bit of insight or a little bit of guidance for the month, but we'll see how they you know weave in with in the rest of the cards. So we've got the Mouse and Buttercup, Innocence, and this actually is it's 0 in this pack. I think it's very reminiscent of the Fool energy. We have the Finch and the Peach, Romance. Ooh, bit of romance, Virgo. And we have the Squirrel and Chestnut, Preparation. A lot of people have had this card this month, so I think we are preparing. As I've said for the last month or so, we're very much preparing for 2025, 2026. I think what's happening at the moment we're being nudged by the universe onto our right path, and sometimes that can involve new beginnings, leaving things behind, and just generally, you know, things changing to get us set our sat nav onto the right path for where we need to be for the next few years. So interesting. Okay. I've got the Rider-Waite deck here. I'm going to find you some recent energy, of your recent past energy, should I say, to see what's been going on in your recent past. So don't forget, that could be as recent as last night, yesterday, last week, last few weeks. So let's have a little bit of a look. And don't forget, if you like the reading, please, you know, like, subscribe. I'd love to see you here again. And by subscribing, it means that you get to see the rest of the readings that I do for you. Okay, we've got the Sun. Best card in the pack out at the beginning. And we've got the World. And this is in your recent past energy. We've got the Victory card, so the 6 of Wands. Then we've got the Star card. Oh, wow. We've got the 3 of Swords. And we've got the Lovers. Wow, that is a really interesting and choice for your recent past energy. I think there's been a lot going on with you in your recent past. There actually has with me, because obviously I'm a Virgo, and yeah, this sort of resonates very much with my recent past. So the Sun, then things are starting to the sun's starting to come out. Things are starting to feel brighter, more positive, like things are going in the right direction. We've got the World card, and that's the beginning of a new cycle. You're taking everything that you've learned in the past cycle, because it's the last card in the major arcana. And so, you know, you've worked through all the other cards, you've gathered all the knowledge, and things are starting to shift because you're going into the next cycle of life. And you're doing that in a really positive way, in a really victorious way, because you've done the work, because you've gathered all the information, you've learned a lot, and you are victorious moving forward into this next cycle. People around you are feeling really happy and celebrating that, realizing that maybe things have been quite difficult, and you deserve to be moving forward into this next cycle. And we've got clarifying cards. We've got the Star card, and this is can be the card of healing, and I think that's what, you know, you've been doing sort of in your recent past. And I think this is sort of telling the story of what's been going on. You know, you've had some difficulty, things have been quite challenging in your recent past. You've had, you know, some pain, some mental pain, but things are starting to feel better. You know, you sort of got through that. You've healing from that, and you know, we've got the Lovers card there. We've got maybe you've had the strength and support of the people that you love, or a person that you love, to help you through this challenging time. But also we've got there's the guardian angel above the two people in the Lovers card, and I think maybe you've had a little bit of divine guidance with everything that's been going on in your recent past as well. That's really helped you through this with somebody, you know, another person. And the Lovers card, it might, you know, it could even just be someone that's close to you. It doesn't have, you know, that's really intimately close to you. You know, it could be a close relative or a really close friend. It doesn't have to actually even be, you know, that intimate person in your life. But I think, you know, the healing and the heartbreak and the pain that you've had in the past, not necessarily the recent past, the past has been very much related to somebody else. So you're coming through that. You're really coming through it, and on this new cycle, and it's well deserved, and it's well in time, and the sun is really starting to come out. And actually, I'm just looking up here at the Mouse and Buttercup, innocence. You're moving forward in a real Fool kind of way, that first card of the tarot, you're taking a leap of faith. You're really just moving forward with life, feeling quite light, quite bright, and quite positive in an innocent kind of way, moving on to this next phase of life and just taking from it, you know, whatever comes your way in a really organic way. So obviously we've got the Romance card here, so you know, all this stuff that's been going on in your recent past, this healing and this pain that you've had that's maybe been related to others, you've coming through it. You know, relationships and life, it's not always rosy. You know, it's that wheel of fortune is always turning. Sometimes it's good stuff that's happening. Sometimes it's quite challenging stuff. But, you know, it always turns and it always comes back to positive again. And sometimes we go through difficult times in our life that, you know, we've got that person by our side. And, you know, it can feel quite challenging and quite difficult. And then, you know, the wheel turns a little bit and the sun starts coming out and things start to feel all rosy and romantic and all loving, and that connection gets stronger because of all the stuff that you've been through in the past. So I'm going to take that. We've got the Ace of Swords, and we'll find a couple more cards. Oh, I'm going to put those back in there. Ace of Swords for your current energy. So your current energy for Virgo. Oh, we've got another Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I don't want... in fact, I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take those. Right. So we've got the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. Then we've got some clarifiers. But the Ace of Swords is generally... clarity, finding clarity. An ace is generally something that is a little seedling of something. So it's the beginning of the suit. So it's the potential. So you are starting to see things in a clearer way. Things are starting to feel, better, because mentally you're in a mentally better place. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is you being gifted the potential of something exciting and new that you could do. Maybe something work related, because it's a pentacle, something that's going to bring you money, going to bring you abundance in some way, something tangible. So whatever that means to you, but it's something that you're going to have to nurture. You're going to have to water it, because we've got a little garden in our Ace of Pentacles down there. We've got, you know, a little garden. We've got to water it, we've got to love it, we've got to give it all the attention that it needs to bring it into fruition. So we've got to grow that pentacle. We've got to put some time and effort and love into it. We've got here the Nine of Swords, and that is generally the card of stress. So obviously we've got the Ace of Swords, which is saying that, you know, that we're starting to find clarity and things are starting to feel better. But then we've got that Nine of Swords in there. So I think I'll just pull another clarifier out for that. So I think at the moment you are starting to feel better. Things are starting to feel clearer. You've got this new opportunity of something pentacly that you can, you know, nurture into life. But things are still, you've still got this underlying stress going on. Right, we've got the Devil card here, and I think this is of maybe your own making. I'll have one more. You're holding on to things. We've got the Four of Pentacles, holding on to something too tightly. So we've got the Devil, and he highlights the shadow side of our life. So, you know, our negative, lower vibrational feelings or behaviour. So on, you know, things like fear, things like greed, things like well, I'm not going to go on actually, because I think this is all about fear, and holding on too tightly to something, and that could be, you know, feeling financially insecure. So feeling a little bit of a wobble and thinking, oh God, you know, maybe you've done something, maybe you've started your own new business, maybe you've changed your job, maybe, and then, you know, the fear starts kicking in, the stress starts kicking in, and you think, have I done the right thing? Have I done the right thing? Is this for me? And start all this fearful thinking, because as Virgos, as we all know, we are, you know, we do let our mind sort of take over quite a lot. I know I certainly do. And, you know, sort of overthinking and 10 steps ahead of what could happen, when actually the reality is nothing's actually happened yet, but you're like 10 steps ahead, and, you know, you're financially ruined when nothing's actually even happened. So I think yes, things are starting to get a lot better for you at the moment. Things are starting to feel clearer. One moment you're feeling clear, and you've got this new exciting thing to nurture and bring into life. But you really need to make sure that that fear does not creep in, that shadow side of you doesn't creep in and sort of, you know, create this stress and anxiety that's on your mind all the time. You know, be kind to yourself. Just try and work through that. Try and let that drop, because it's not going to do you any favours. We've got, I'm giving myself some own advice here as well, obviously being a Virgo. So Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is really moving towards your passions, your joys, the things that bring you satisfaction and pleasure, whether that is in a work related way, or it could just be something hobby wise, whatever makes you happy, that, you know, makes you enjoy life, the things that bring you passion. So I think that's very much what's happening. You're really moving towards that place. You just need to make sure your head doesn't start doing a number on you, and you know, that fear doesn't seep in, and just knock you off course a little bit. We've got the Justice card here, and that's all about doing things the right way. So I think whatever it is, it's under the Ace of Pentacles. So I think whatever it is, this new venture that you know, or this new opportunity that you're being offered, that you've got to bring into nurture into life, do it the right way. Cross those T's, dot those I's. Make sure that whatever it is that you're doing it correctly, because you're building a really stable foundation for the future for yourself with that. And by doing, you know, making sure from the very beginning that you're doing it the right way, it's going to be much more beneficial for you. We've got the Knight of Swords here, and he's under this Nine of Swords, and I think he's letting his brain get away with him. I think, you know, he's running actually towards the past, and I think this is past behaviour, this stress that's going on, this devil, the Devil card, and I think, you know, just need to put a lid on it, rein it in, and not let it take over. And just, you know, if it sort of starts emerging, just, you know, you've got the awareness now to sort of knock it on the head and just say, right, stop, you know, let's draw a line under this. Let's focus on all the positive things that are happening, and really just cross my T's, dot my I's, and everything will be okay. Yeah? So, okay, Virgo, let's find us some future energy for us Virgos moving forward through into October. Okie dokie. Right. We have, oh, there we go. I was waiting for that to pop up after that 9. The 8 of Swords, and that is all about creating a different reality for yourself that's not actually true. So, you know, finding stress in places that it's not. You know, she's in there, she's got a blindfold on, and she's bound, and she's surrounded by these swords as if she's in some sort of prison. But it's one of her own making. She can get out of it at any point. She just needs to take off a blindfold and wiggle out of those bindings. And again, in this future energy for the month of October, you really need to try not to let that seep into your life, because things are going, you know, you've had the sun, you've had the world, you're going in the right direction, you've had this victory card, you are going in the right direction. Don't self-sabotage yourself by finding, you know, all these negative things to focus on. Try and shift your focus and think about the positive things that you've got going on. Because when we you know, like, energy attracts energy, and like attracts like. So by focusing on the positive, by focusing on the good things that you've got going on, you're going to bring more of those towards you. So just a bit of a heads up, you know, to acknowledge these feelings, and to you know, realise that, you know, maybe think about why you've got them, and then you can move forward away from that. So let's, oh, I'm really bad at shuffling again today. I'm sorry, my shuffling skills are still in bed, I think. Right, we've got the Tower card. Ooh. And we've got the Chariot. Then we've got the 2 of Pentacles, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and we've got the Ace of Wands. Ooh, they're similar cards to Leo's. Right, okay. So we've got this 8 of Swords, and that is about, you know, creating a false reality, really, creating thoughts and fears that, you know, are unfounded and have got no basis. So the Tower card is that sudden shift in the way that you're thinking. So I think in this future energy, you may be going to have a little bit of this negative way of thinking seeping into your future energy, and then something's going to happen that's really going to change the way that you think about it, and it's going to really shift you into a more positive frame of mind, into, you know, everything's going to be flipped onto its head, because the Tower card is about knocking things down and starting again from building from the ground upwards. And in this case, it's definitely your way of thinking. Like I say, something is really, really quite noticeable is going to happen, or the way that you start thinking is really powerfully going to change in this future energy, and it's going to really propel you, because we've got the Chariot card after that, which is a real card of movement. It's a card of moving towards your destiny, and so this shift in thinking is really going to propel you forward towards into this new cycle that you've begun in your recent past, towards your destiny, towards the place that you need to be, whether that's work related, so the doing the work that you should be doing, whether that's relationship related, whether, you know, you're being pushed towards, you know, the person, the people that you should be around, whatever that is, it's going to really give you that mental shift that's going to give you the push in that right direction. So we've got the 2 of Pentacles as well, and that's all about juggling. It's about maybe juggling finances. It could be juggling, I'm going to sneeze, am I? No, it's gone. It's about juggling usually your finances or money. It could be juggling time. It could be juggling your work-life balance to achieve something. So I think things are going to really start moving. Sorry, I'm just looking at this Knight of Pentacles as well. I think you're going to have to be considerate. Maybe it's financial, the thing that's going to be making you feel stressed, and that your unreasonable, sort of thoughts are going to be about. And I think to get through it, you just got to be, just be considerate about your money. Concentrate on your finances in the rest of October. You might have to juggle a little bit, but it's going to be fine. And just consider, be careful with your money. Careful what you're spending it on, and making the right choices, because we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and he's stood still. He's the only knight that's not moving forward. Knights are action, generally. So he's being considerate about what he's doing with his pentacle. So I think that will help you to really shift. That's what's needed for you to shift in the way that you're thinking, is just to be, careful with your money, to be balanced with your money, to not overspend, to not hold on to things too tightly, to just find that place of balance, to let that give and take, that energy flow through you. And we've got the Ace of Wands. So that's the beginnings of you really moving forward. As obviously we've got the Chariot there. So it's, the new seed of you really pushing forward with whatever it is that's your destiny, whatever area of life that's destined for you at the moment. Let's have a few cards for advice and guidance for the month of October for you, Virgo. And again, don't forget, if you've liked the reading, it'd be great if you could subscribe, and obviously like the video. That's really helpful in getting it out there on the YouTube algorithm. Right, King of Cups. We have the Five of Swords, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so advice and guidance for this month, Virgo, is for you to keep a steady interior landscape. We've got the King of Cups there, and he is very much in charge of his inner world. So he's sat on that little island. He's got the sea around him, and it's all a little bit choppy, but he's just sat there, just chilling. He's looking very confident, he's looking very calm, and he's not letting the things that are going on outside of him dictate what's going on in his inner world. He's sat there strong and confident, and he's not being swayed at all by anything that's going on outside of him. So I think you need to embrace his energy this month. You need to remember that you can, and be positive about things that are going on around you, because you're heading in that right direction, and things might feel a little bit scary because things have changed and you're on that next cycle. But if you can just keep that calm, keep calm and carry on, the old British phrase, you're going to be just fine. We've got the Five of Swords here, and he is holding on to those swords. All the others have dropped their swords. They've had a bit of a battle, and everyone else has dropped the swords. You could say he's won, but he's actually holding on to something still. He's holding on to those swords, and I think this is about you letting go, releasing whatever conflict that's going on within your head. I don't think this is connected to anybody else, it's just you. So releasing all of these negative thoughts that you've got going on, just dropping those swords and walking away from them and leaving them behind, because you don't need them anymore, because you've got new exciting stuff going on that's going to really, push you towards your destiny and towards your passions and your joys. So just drop any of those feelings and thoughts that you've got that are not serving you anymore. Make space for something new. And if you do that, you're going to put yourself in that really good position for manifesting things towards yourself, because we've got the Queen of Pentacles. She is the richest queen in the pack. She attracts abundance. She's just literally an abundance magnet. She's sat there on her throne. She's got all the lovely things surrounding her. I mean, that's my perfect heaven, sat in the middle of the woods, surrounded by trees with little animals around me, with a big pentacle on my lap. Perfect. And so, you know, if you align yourself into that energy, then you're going to start bringing things towards you. If you position yourself in that really, you know, good positive place where you are open to receiving, you're letting all these negative thoughts, these can't thoughts, you're letting them go, and you know, you're really opening yourself up to accepting all the good things that are due to you, that are there waiting for you if you just, you know, align yourself with that energy. So, Virgo, have a really lovely month. I hope you know, you can get through the month and let those negative thoughts, let those negative worries drop away from you, because you are amazing. You can do it, and it will be all fine. Have a lovely, lovely month, and I hope to see you again very, very soon. So take care.